Yeah. One more. Yes. One more. One more. Hey, come on, one more. There we go. Hey guys. Thank you so much for being here. Unfortunately, that's about the biggest celebration I have planned. Oh, and there's a cute, sweet face for you. So I had big plans, big hopes that I would do something to celebrate this awesome, I feel, accomplishment for 50 workouts with you guys, but unfortunately my brain didn't click that it's a Tuesday and you have to work all day and it's crazy, and what were you thinking? So sorry that some dog high fives was about the best I had. I was actually just scrounging through some cabinets, like surely I have some noisemakers. I have tons of party decorations that I could have hung up, but you know how life goes. So anyways, guys, I do just want to take a moment and say thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you guys who have worked out with me, be it a week, be it a couple weeks, a couple months, all 50 workouts. I just want to thank everybody so much for sticking with me. I know that you have so many options, even if you're still not able to go to gyms, you have so many options. A lot of people are doing workouts online, free, paid, subscription services, Facebook Live, it's all over the place. And so I thank those of you that choose to stay with me and work out with me. And it just really means a lot to me that you're here and that you trust me to help you achieve your goals and to be with you on your journey towards health and fitness. And it really is something, it's the reason why I got into this business and why I continue, even when sometimes I feel like I'm not successful or not reaching as many people as I'd hoped, things like that. Then I get one great message and I'm just like, that's why. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm gonna be some huge fitness superstar one day, but it's the people I meet along the way and help along the way that need the most. So thanks so much, guys, for joining me and being here with me. And my elaborate celebration of putting on my own tank top and high-fiving with my dog. So, by the way, if anybody ever is interested, these tanks can be made available to the public. I did when I first named my business, but we've never taken the time to set up the store. So if you ever are interested in a strong style fit tank, there's a variety of colors, and I do think the logo is pretty awesome. You say so myself. So, all right, guys, so let's get to the workout, not to delay us too much longer. What we're going to need today, it's kind of a lengthy list for us in the areas of equipment, but keep in mind almost all of it is optional, okay? So I want you to have a good weight selection, light, medium, heavy, whatever you've got. We just want a range. And that's really it. No specifics here. Just kind of get your light, medium, heavy. We'll feel it out as we go. We have some exercises that don't need any weights. So just get what you have. Be prepared for whatever we might throw at you. You're going to need a sturdy chair. Always, I point to my kitchen chair, just something sturdy that's going to support your weight. And that's what you're looking for there. I would say that is optional only in the sense that it doesn't have to be a chair. If you don't have a chair you can use the back of your couch or coffee table, whatever, just something sturdy, but you do need that for sure. We also need, if you have it, a circular resistance band. This is optional. So I frowned because I was looking at my list to make sure, but it is optional for sure. So this is the new kind of thing I've been talking about is these fabric resistance bands. So you might, if you have this, be able to use this, but these rubber ones, perfectly acceptable, work just fine. For most people, just varying fitness levels, this is going to be plenty of resistance. But if you're someone who's kind of outgrown these bands, these fabric bands are the way to go. So, circular resistance band. The last thing that is 100% optional is a Swiss ball or stability ball. It has several names, but this is the kind of ball you're looking for. So, this is completely optional. You can do something else. Another exercise, the exercise that we are doing requires this ball, but it is a hamstring exercise, so there's a whole myriad of other things you can do. I'll give you some options, but also just let you say, I want to do what my favorite hamstring exercise is, and I'm okay with that too today, all right? So, and then of course your yoga mat, your floor support, because we will be getting into the floor today. My ball is going to mind its own. So that's what we're gonna need. So again, a pretty big list of equipment for us, but lots of optional things. If it's stuff that you don't have, it's no big deal. So what we're working today is our back body. So if you worked with me last video, we did front body. If you draw a line this direction, we did this half. So now we're doing this half. So we're gonna think our hamstrings, our glutes, our triceps, our rear delts back in here. That's also going to include rhomboids, your traps, all of these fancy muscles. We got a lot of them back in here, okay? And then our back muscles, of course. So our lats, our spinae, all those sweet muscles down your back. It's definitely been a goal of mine to get that area more toned up for myself. So I love doing this kind of work. So that's what we're doing today. There are, at least the exercise that we start with, you actually will recognize from the first version, the front body version, because we did a variation of it in the front body, and now I'm going to show you how you can make one small tweak and move it to the back body. Again, getting all sciencey. So guys, all right, so the last things, I don't want to take up so much time again. We've got reps, not time, that we're going to be working for, 10 to 12 for the most part. And we have one exercise we're going to do a little more because we're going to be alternating. Add your music if you need it, of course. Modify if needed, of course. So modifications, always, always, always. If I don't tell you how to modify, of course, leave me a comment. If you're doing the video live with me, and I will do my best to answer. Or if you're doing it after the fact, just shoot me a direct message and I'll be happy to help you then too. And I do try to be super responsive to those, so I can maybe even help you while you're working out. And lastly, of course, I'll be checking Facebook for questions in between sets. And please be so kind as to share these workouts, share my page, tell people what you're doing, get people motivated, get them moving, be the example, be what you want to see, right? So encourage, encourage, encourage. And lastly, if you do want to Venmo any donations for these classes, they would be greatly accepted and appreciated. It is the only payment I receive for doing these classes. Venmo at Strong Style Fit. And as a side note, I've noticed recently that I can't comment on Venmo payments anymore. It's probably just me being missing some tech update I don't know about, but so sorry. If you do Venmo me a payment and I don't have your personal phone number, I can't really do more than like. Sorry, I love to leave comments, but please know it is appreciated. All right, guys, so enough chit chat. I want you to grab your sturdy chair. Go ahead and pull that into your workout space. There we go. So I'm going to tell you what we're going to do, and then I'm going to take our quick break, and then we'll coach it through. So this is an exercise you're going to recognize from the front body workout. We're going to do a split squat again. So one of the reasons why I coached it so much, one is because I think it's very important to coach this exercise correctly, but two, I knew we were going to be doing it again today, so I wanted you to kind of be prepared, be in practice. So we're going to do the split squat, but we're going to change one thing about the split squat that's not a huge deal-ish, but what it does is it changes the work of the split squat. So we were working front body, so we were working quad on Saturday. Now, with one change of the split squat, we're going to move all that work back here. Now, there was a little bit of work happening back here, of course, when we did the split squat before, but now we are going to, whoa mama, move it back into that booty, okay? So go ahead and think split squat. If you remember from the first time we did these workouts, or these exercises, there was a little bit of setup. You had to find where you wanted your feet to be, maybe mark it off just to be, efficient. So, while I grab my water, while I check the video, go ahead and start working on that setup and that placement. Obviously, if you didn't do the last video, you're like, what the heck are you talking about? No worries, I'll spend a couple minutes getting us started, okay? All right, so get set up, I'll be right back. All right, all right. Hey Caroline and hey Trisha. Hi. I don't do much social media anymore, but I heard that you had a surgery recently, so I hope you're recovering well, and I hope the results were awesome, and I'm so happy to see you here. That makes me feel like you're recovering pretty well, so yay! Awesome, and hey Caroline, thanks for being here, and I can definitely get you hooked up with a tank top if you want it. All right, guys, so we've got our split squat, so let's go ahead and get that set up. Now, I will say that these are already a little bit of challenge for balance. So if you are someone who's already sort of struggling with that, then go ahead and set yourself up where you have a wall or something close by, because this variation is going to be even a little more challenging on the balance, okay? I'm going to scoot my chair back just a little bit, so I'm a little bit more wall adjacent. My balance is pretty good, but this is a bit tough. Okay, so let's go ahead and get ourselves set up. So remember, we want to have our back foot up on the chair. We've got our hips squared off. When we put our foot back on the chair, that tends to throw one hip back, so we want to square those hips back. So this is kind of our starting point, and then we want to take a test and kind of do our squat. So we're going to have an extreme bend in this knee. We're going to come straight down and let our hips sit back, and then we push up. So that's the regular variation of the split squat, right? Hips sit back, knee bends, we come back, we lift up, boom. The variation that's going to shift this back into that booty cheek is we're doing all of those things I just said, except we are also bending forward over that leg and then standing up as we push up. Boom, right into that cheek, okay? So your option is you can also hold some weights in your hands if you feel like you need it. I'm good, y'all. I'm not gonna do it, but you are welcome to hold some weights. All right, so we're gonna do 10 on this leg, square that hip, get ready. We bend this knee, our hips sit back, we bend forward. Let's do it. 10. 9. 8. Remember, I talked about sometimes when we stand on one foot, we let our weight shift out. So if you need to, put a little hand on that hip, just as a reminder. 7. 6, to keep that hip in line. 5. My butt cheek is already like lit up to the moon. 4. 3. 2. Last one. 1. Whoa. Right? Like, I hope I'm not alone in that. That's like, boom, all in the booty cheek. All right, so we have another leg. So let's get that set up. So again, make sure our hips square off here. Kind of look back, make sure everything looks good. Let's do our test run just to make sure we've got the right distance. All right. I'll give you just another couple seconds. Test yours out, make sure you're good. All right, guys. Remember, this knee bends, hip shift back, we bend forward. Let's go. 10. 9. Make sure you're keeping that core engaged. 8. Just help protect that back. 7. Everything about how we're moving should keep our back in a safe place, which is always good to make sure that core is locked in as well. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Whew. Good stuff. All right, guys, so we're gonna just totally finish eliminating that booty with some heavy sumo squats. So this is where you're gonna want to grab one of your heavy weights. I'm gonna try not to move my chair just because I have a good, maybe I'll just come real up close and personal with you guys. So try not to move my chair because I sort of have my split squat space in my head. Don't want to lose that. So sumo squat, we go wide, 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 wide. We've got our toes flared out. I would say 10 and 2, maybe even a little more than 10 and 2. And we just want to make sure when we squat down that our knees open and go the same direction as our toes. The reason being is because sometimes our hips are tight and when we go to squat, our knees pull forward. No good. Open them up. Keep them nice and wide. It's one, the more you do it, even like today, after you've done 3, 4, 5, your hips will open up more. You'll be able to go lower. We're going to hold our weight here. The goal is to squat low enough to tap the weight on the floor while keeping your chest tall. We don't do this, we stay tall. All right, guys, we're going for 12. When you hit the bottom, I want you to imagine that you're zipping up the back of your legs. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, zip it up, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful job. And you'll see a lot of times when I do sumos, I keep looking from side to side. That's just keeping an eye on my knees, making sure they're not going anywhere. I don't want them to. All right, guys, so back to those split squats. Go ahead and get that set up. Perfect. And I always say, take a test run before you get into the exercise. Make sure, like right there, nope. My ankle was in a really uncomfortable spot on that chair. All right, so let's test run it. Feels pretty good. Except for my balance is going crazy. All right, square those hips off. Remember, this knee bends, hips set back, we bend forward. Pick yourself a focal point, watch it. Don't look down to the floor. You look at the floor, you fall on the floor. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let that hand be a guide for your hip if you need to. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And tough, guys. 2 more. 9, 10. Woo. All right, other side. Get yourself set up. Also check your back foot because you can't see it, right? And make sure you're not like flared out really awkwardly. That's another thing I definitely see happen on these. All right, so let's give it our little test run. That looks pretty good. All right, guys, let's do it. 10, 9. Weight should be towards the back of that foot. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Man, that is good stuff. It's crazy how just one shift in your body completely flips the script on an exercise, right? All right, so I hope I'm where you can see my lower body. I think you can. So we're gonna set up our sumo. We've got wide feet, toes pointed out. Tuck that tail under, especially when we get into a sumo. A lot of times our hips sit back, again, because we're tight, so it's more comfortable to set them back. So I want you to pull them forward, tuck that tail. Grab your weight, roll those shoulders back. Let's do it. 12, zip it up. 11, zip it up. Remember, only touch the floor with that weight if you can do it. Keep a proud chest. 8, 7, 6, 5, 5, 4, 3, don't forget to zip it, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, we got one more trip through. Also wanted to mention, if you're noticing I have bare feet, please know that has no requirement in this workout. I didn't even mention it because it's super not important. I just kind of didn't want to wear shoes, and it's not really a big deal to wear shoes. I wear minimizing flat shoes anyhow. These pants are also too long for shoes, so it all just combined in a no shoes day. But trust me, it's really no big deal. If you have super heavy weights that you're throwing around and going crazy, you want to protect your feet, but otherwise, at least for me, barefoot works out just fine. All right, so let's get us set up. Let's do our little test run. Whoop. Perfect. All right, if you're ready, let's do it. 10, 9, 8, 7. Really think about a flat back here, extending that spine. 6. Don't just round over. 5. Keep a nice flat spine, extend it out. 4. Imagine your head just keeps going. 3, 2, 1. Awesome work, guys. Other side. So again, think about that spine. Most of us, because it's very much more comfortable, you know, we bend into it. But think long spine. I'm bending and extending. All right, do a little test run. Perfect. All right, guys, last set of these. Let's do it. 10, 9, 8. Remember, hips sit back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, man, that's good stuff. All right, I'm gonna get my heavy chair out of the way. Sumo squat. And I can get out of that extreme close-up mode for you there. All right, so we've got our wide stance, toes pointed out. And guys, remember, when we sumo squat, we still want that weight towards the back of our feet. We want to be able to wiggle those toes. All right? All right. Proud chest. Tuck that tail. Knees flare open as we go down. Let's go. 12. Zip it up. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7. Proud chest. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful job, guys. All right, that heavy weight, you can go put away. In fact, I don't think you'll need it again as far as that really heavy sumo weight. So go ahead and put that away. Woo! We have thoroughly worked our booty for that round. So now we're going to move into our shoulders and our back. And we'll have another lower body and a little upper body mix, and then I've set, and we'll have a short core set. So we're going to our shoulders. So you will need your sturdy chair again, or the back of a couch, a countertop, because we're going to be standing up mostly straight. We're going to have a little bit of bend, so we just need something to support ourselves on for the next exercise. So go ahead and get that in your head, and you're going to need at least one really light weight, and then one set of light to medium, okay? And we're gonna be working small muscles here, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you before you grab your weights and I take my break, think, when I say light, I mean really light, especially for the first 2 exercises. We're doing single-sided, and they're working very small muscles in your shoulder. So when I say light, I don't mean, well, I can bench 25, so light's probably 10. I mean, like, think bar class, something like that, okay? All right, I'm gonna take my quick break, and we'll get started. All right, yes, balance is tough on those split squats. Especially adding that bend, because now your head's moving and your body's moving. It's tough. That's why I said definitely grab that wall. You saw me more than once tapping that wall for sure. All right, guys, so I'm gonna grab my chair again and bring it into the frame. So with our chair here, really, again, all we're using our chair for is going to be for sort of a prop. Sorry, my stability ball is not wanting to work with me today. It was pushing back on my chair. So we're going to be working in sort of this position where we're just sort of supporting ourselves here so we can bend safely and pull. Okay, so that's all you need your chair for. Now, the light weight, I'm going to use 5s. So we're going to do what's called a rear delt row. If you've worked out with me the past couple weeks, we have done this once before, I think our upper body boot camp. This is going to be a new one for most of you, or you've probably only done it once before. So just pay attention. I'm not going to coach it to death, just pay attention. Be mindful and listen to your body, because we are working your rear delt, which is this tiny muscle kind of in this region, okay? So we can do this with a heavy weight, but we're going to be pulling through our neck, our traps, up through this part of our shoulder if we use a heavy weight. So we have to use a light weight that that little muscle can handle. All right, so we're gonna kind of sit back, sit our hips back, brace our core. We're just supporting ourselves here. We're not falling down into that arm. This arm comes out, and we're going to pull high with this reverse grip out. So we lead with our elbow, pulling back, okay? So that's what that's going to look like. I want you to really think about squeezing through the back of that shoulder to pull that weight. If you're really tight from sitting like this all day, it might take a minute before that shoulder really gets warmed up and opened up to let you row, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Relax that neck and shoulders. We've got our weight here. We're going to pull. Perfect. 12. 11. Give it a little squeeze at the top. 10. Make sure you can really feel that muscle. 9. 8. If you're feeling it anywhere in your neck, when you pause there, 7. You need to drop the weight. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Perfect. So I'm going to do the other side. I'm not going to waste everybody's time by trying to move my chair around. So let's just go ahead and switch to that other side. Again, we're just lightly bracing ourselves here. We're not falling into it. Brace that core. Let's do it. 12. 11. 10. A little pause at the top. 9. 8. Pause and squeeze. 7. 6. Squeeze. 5. 4. 3. Lead with that elbow. 2. And 1. Awesome. Good, good, good. So if you were using a lightweight that allowed for that engagement, should we really have been able to feel when you did that little squeeze, a little right there in the back of that shoulder. All right, so I'm going to try to fight one more time with my exercise ball. There we go, so I can move my chair at least sort of out of the frame while we do this next exercise. All right, so we're going to do a wide bent over row. So I'm gonna use this weight, I think it'll work, but again, I'm gonna listen to my body. If I need to go down, I'm gonna go down. All right, so bent over wide row. What that looks like, sort of like that position we were just in. We're gonna set our hips back, engage that core. We're going to row, so normally we row like this, right? Elbows close to our body. Now we're gonna flip those weights. We're gonna bring those elbows wide. We're not looking to come up here, we're keeping it low, and we're pulling back. So, you should get an awesome engagement between those shoulders. That's what you're looking for, okay? All right, so imagine you're trying to squeeze, like somebody put their hand on your back, and you're trying to grab it with your shoulders, all right? Okay, so let's give it a shot. And bend, engage that core. We row it back wide. 12. 11. Also watch your head. I tend to, because I'm looking at the camera, have my head craned up. You want that head in line with the spine. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to set these weights over to the side. Now, because we're doing 3 exercises in a row that are in that sort of not the most comfortable bent over position for all of us. So take a moment if you need to, kind of twist it out. You need to bend it over, stretch that back out, anything. I totally get it. For some of us, that's just not a comfortable position to hold for very long. All right, so we are back to those delt rows. Also, if you need to lessen your bend, be mindful of that too, okay? It's all adjustable, all for you. All right, so we're bent. Got this weight down here, flipped grip, shoulders long, back relaxed, we pull. 12, little squeeze. 11, little squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Other side. Set it up. Remember, we're lightly resting here. We're not dumping in. Let's do it. 12, 11, 10, 9. And I'm giving that muscle such a squeeze at the top. 8. You might see this arm, that whole side of my body, shake a little bit. 7, 6, 5, 4. It's creating your own engagement. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right. You've got those rows. Yeah, I got a string talking to from my chiropractor. He's like, because he follows me and he sees I do these videos. I doubt he's watching at this moment, but hi, just in case you are. About, are you craning your neck up when you should have your head in alignment to see the camera? Or you lay on the floor, or you turn your head to look at the camera, and I was like, I'm sure I am. You're right, that's probably a bad idea. So, I'm gonna try to be better about that. All right, guys, so we're gonna set it back. Nice long spine, head in alignment with your back. We've got that wide row. 12. Think about squeezing those big muscles in your back and between those shoulder blades. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I'll turn around, do a few from the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, we got one more set. Again, you need to take a minute, give that back a little love. Perfect. Maybe it's just me. But I'm definitely wondering if I do too many things in that bent over posture. Again, I've got the scoliosis and all the weirdness, so it will take its toll on me. Just have to be a little mindful. Okay, so we got one more trip through. Let's get ourselves set up. A nice long spine, long neck. Let's go. 12. 11. 10. And trying to keep those shoulders 9. Facing down towards the floor. You don't want to flare open like this, okay? 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Other side. Change it up. Let's go. 12. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7. Don't forget that little squeeze at the top. 6. That's why my count sounds so slow. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. All right. Set that weight aside. Shimmy my chair out of the way. Okay, we've got those wide ropes. Let's get that set up one more time. Relax those shoulders back and down. Engage that core. We set it back. We pull. 12. 11. 10. Try to relax that neck. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Last 2. 2. And 1. Nice work, guys. All right, you can set those particular weights out. So, equipment for our next set is going to be the resistance band, the ball if you have it, and one heavy weight. So that's what you need for our next set. Circular resistance band, stability ball if you have it, one heavy weight. That's what you need. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set out my one heavy weight. I'm gonna take a drink, take a video, we'll get going. All right. Now, don't remember if I mentioned it. Trish, I'm super excited that you are recovering well. Thank you for giving me an update on that. All right, guys, so I'm losing my balance, stumbling all over the place. Okay, so what we're gonna do is almost all gonna be in the floor. We've got 2 exercises in the floor, 1 standing. We're gonna do alternating mule kicks with this band. So definitely push yourself to whatever the most challenging band is that you can do, because we're going to be doing alternating, and mule kicks is something that we do quite a bit. And when I say we, I don't necessarily even just my workouts. They get used a lot in group fitness, things like that. So really challenge yourself with a resistance band, and or if you don't have a resistance band, you can take a hand weight and stick the hand weight in between your knee and your calf and get resistance that way. If you're going to do that though, chances are you won't be able to alternate, because if you have a weight behind each knee, they're going to clock into one another. Trust me from experience. So if you're going to do it with a weight behind your knee, do 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Don't try to alternate, okay? So we're going to start here. So actually I'm going to move that guy out of the way. So we're going to put our bands on, So you want to have it if you're putting a band on, especially if you've got a super challenging one, but really any band, you want to make sure you've got it nice and high up around your thighs. Now, not all the way up here at your hips, but you do want it well above your knees, okay? So we're going to flip over into tabletop. And what's great about these fabric bands, if you haven't used them or seen them before, is that they don't roll up like the rubber ones. So that's why I really love them. One, more challenging. Two, they don't roll up like a pair of pantyhose on you. All right, so we're gonna go into our tabletop. We've got our wide starfish hands. We're engaging, we're pushing up through our hands. We've got our neck in line with our spine, hips, knees right underneath one another. We flex those feet. So when we kick up, we are not kicking out here. We are kicking up like we have ink on the bottom of our foot and we're trying to stamp it on the ceiling. That's what we're looking to do. So there's no extension in that leg. Leg stays bent the entire time. We're gonna go for 20. Let's do it. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. I think I pulled my band up a little too high. 13. You can keep going if you got it. Woo. 12. There it is. 11, 10, 9, 8. Squeeze that cheek. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I can take that band off. Now, the next is going to be a hamstring exercise, and we're going to use the ball. If you do not have a ball, you have some choices. You're going to hear a loud noise, excuse me. That's me moving my chair. So, you've got some choices for your hamstring exercise. I will let you pick. So you could do deadlift for hamstrings. You could do bridge where you walk your feet out. We've done those before. You could do a ball if you have a little exercise ball between your knee, and you could do pulses. I will let you freestyle whatever hamstring exercise you would like to do. If you are sitting there going, I'm sorry, what? I have no idea. I will check the video after this set to see if anybody's lost, and I will help you, okay? All right, so if you have the ball, we're gonna put our feet up on the ball. Trisha's done my group fitness classes, so she knows exactly where I'm about to go with this. So we've got our feet kind of like the curve of our calf to our ankle up on the ball. We don't want it way up here. We don't want it under our heels. We want that curve right on top. We are going to lift our hips, boom, and we are going to roll that ball in, roll it out. Super isolating into the hamstrings. We'll dig in and talk to you like nobody's business, okay? So let's set it up. Big bridge, we have a tight core, we squeeze, and we roll, keeping our hips up the whole time. 12, 11, 10. If your feet get off the right position, just stop, reset. 8, 7, 6, 5. Usually about halfway, I have to reset. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, fire. Especially after those mule kicks, right? Woo. All right, so heavy weight. We are now going to shift into some triceps. So triceps, back of arms. We're going to do tricep 21s. So I want you to grab a heavy weight for your triceps. We're going to go into the traditional tricep extension exercise. So we've got our hands up, our elbows coming forward. We're going to do 21 reps. 7 bottom half, 7 top half, 7 full. Okay? It's kind of painful. So I'm going to show you from the side just so you can see. So let's do 7 bottom half. So we start here, we do 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up to the top, and we're going to stop halfway. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. 7 full. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! I'm going to try to go up the next round. We will see. I wasn't screaming in pain and torture like I usually am with the 21s, so I'm going to try upping my weight. All right, so we're going back to those mule kicks. I'm going to put that band on, and we come around to our tabletop. So again, we've got wide starfish hands, flat back, knees under hips, flex those feet. We're going for 20, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. I'm going to pop around, check the video real quick as promised, just to make sure none of you guys are super lost on what to do for a hamstring exercise. Nope, everybody's looking good. All right. I knew I had some pros with me that probably knew what they would like to do instead for their hamstring exercise. All right, so we've got it set up. So like I said, usually about halfway through, I notice that my feet are getting kind of further out on the ball that I want. So stop, readjust. Just don't take forever. Readjust quick, and then get right back to it. All right, guys. Lift those hips. 12, 11. Try to keep those hips steady. 10, 9, 8, 7, just 6, 5, 4. Squeeze the back of those legs. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Man, that one never gets much easier, right? We get a little more stable. That becomes a little less challenging. But those hamstrings, whew, just light right up every time. All right, so remember guys, 21s. 7 in the bottom half, 7 in the top half, 7 full. All right, I'm gonna give this bad boy a shot. We'll see how it goes. We have those arms up. We have our shoulders away from our ears. We're not up like this. Shoulders are down. Stagger stance. Bottom half. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Top half. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full. 7, 6, 5. Woo! There it is. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Yeah. In the back of those arms. All right. One more trip through. Let's go ahead and get your bands on. Remember, we want that up above our knees. These pants are super slick. They're more spandexy and slick than my normal pants. So my band is still sliding around. All right, so we've got our starfish hands. We're pushing up, long spine, flexed feet. Let's do it. Remember, you want to stamp the bottom of that foot up on the ceiling. Let's go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Stamp that foot. 15, 14. Squeeze that booty. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. I'm pausing one more time to fix my band. Please keep going. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right. Slide that band off. We are done with the band, so you can throw that out wherever you want it to be. So we've got our hamstring curls. Whew. Man, oh man. My hamstrings are like, are you for real? Are we doing this again? All right, so guys, just remember, we got our hips up. We want to have them nice and steady. Sometimes it takes a minute, but try not to let your hips rock back and forth or drop up and down. Try really hard to keep them steady. You can keep hands on them just to be aware, but you just don't want to hold yourself up with your hands, okay? All right, guys, let's do it. Lift, and we roll. See, shift, pull it back. 12, 11, 10, 9, move with control. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right. You have the ball, you can get that out of your way. And we've got one more set of tricep extensions. So we've got those 21s. Whew. I'll turn face the other direction. Just for a change of scenery for me. All right. So remember, we've got 7 bottom half, 7 top half, 7 full. No rest. I also challenge you, if you always put one hand at the bottom and one hand on the top, switch it out. It'll feel a little weird. There's nothing wrong. It's just not what your body's used to. All right. Shoulders down away from those ears. Bottom half. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Top half. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's burning. 7 full. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew! I was shaky, 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 and all over. Awesome work, guys. All right, so the last thing that we have left is our core. So we need no equipment. You just need space on your floor that you're able to extend arms and legs. That's all you're gonna need. We've got 2 exercises. It's actually just 1 exercise we're gonna do to the left and to the right. That's it, super simple. Never said it's easy, simple though. All right, I'm gonna take a video real quick and we'll get ready on our last set. All right. Okay, guys, so we're gonna do some bird dog. So if you've done yoga before or a lot of group fitness classes, bird dog can get incorporated. So we're gonna do bird dog, but add a little movement to it. So not to spend too much time on setting up bird dog, but basically you start on your tabletop. So you've got your wide fingers, pushing out just like we were in our mule kicks. And then bird dog, you're gonna kick. We'll start with our right leg back, and our left arm forward. So a traditional bird dog, you're gonna just lift and lower. So that's bird dog. So you wanna make sure that you're not tipping your hips up, that everything is staying flat, you're just lifting. So the variation that we're gonna add to bird dog is we're gonna be here, we're going to lift, we're going to pull out to the side and in. So I'll show you so you can see the upper body. We're gonna come out, pull, and down. Out, pull. So I'm pulling out, not this way, and my leg is coming out, not in. All right, so we're gonna lift, pull, extend, down. So let's go ahead, get set up. You can start with whichever leg arm combination you want. We lift. 10, 9, 8. So we're working those muscles in our back to lift that arm and leg. We're working that booty. And we're getting a little bit of oblique too, even though that's not necessarily back body, but we didn't get it in the front body. 4, 3, 2, 1. So there's a lot happening in that exercise, right? Our shoulder that's supporting us. We're pulling through here, so we're pulling through our shoulder and our lat. We're pulling through our obliques. It takes our spinae muscles to lift those legs. We're squeezing that booty to lift that leg. There's a lot happening for an exercise that doesn't have a ton of movement per se to it. You know, we're not doing anything wild. All right, so set up our other side. Whew. All right, lift, pull, extend, down, 9. You want to look down, 8. Slightly out in front of you, 7, 6. Keeping that core engaged, 5, 4, 3, 2, hang in there, last one, 1. Whew. All right, take just a quick moment, shake out your arms and your wrists. If you have any trouble staying on your hands like that, some people like to be up on fists. It's not a preference of mine, but some people really like that to take some pressure out of their wrist. You can also put a weight under your hand and be here. Some people like that. It's different strokes for different folks. Neither variation really suits me well, but I like to offer it because everybody's different. All right, so we're gonna set up. We're gonna go through the same thing, both sides. So let's get set up here. We're on our bird dog, on our tabletop first. Let's do it, guys. 10, 9. Also make sure that you're staying strong through your planted arm. Don't start to collapse down into it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Yeah, not easy. All right, guys, other side. Get it set up. Arms come out, feet come out. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7. What's that core doing? Have it engaged, nice and flat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got one more trip through, guys. So, if you're getting tired, if anything's just too much, you can always just do the upper body, just do the lower body, alternate, do one upper, one lower. It's your workout. So don't just give up on it. If you're tired, if you're kind of reaching your end, don't give up on it. Just modify, find a way to make it work for you. You only got one set left. See it to the end. You can do this. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get ourselves set up. All right, lift, pull, out, down. Lift, pull, out, down. 8, 7. Think about flattening across that midsection. Pelvic floor up and in. 5, 4. Keep pushing up through that planted hand. Don't collapse. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Set it down. Take a quick little break. Shake your wrist out. Whew. All right. Other side. Let's do it. Set yourself up for success. So while you're here, go ahead and think about flattening across that midsection. Not sucking it in. Flatten. Engage that pelvic floor. Let's do this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Pull, 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 guys. You can do it. 4, 3, 2, last one, 1. Woo! Ah, you are done, guys. Whoa. Good work, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. I am humming and pumping, feeling all sorts of muscles, feeling awesome. I hope that you guys are too. And again, I do want to thank all of you so much for being here with me for 50 workouts with Strong Style Fitness. I miss a lot of you. I used to see in group fitness, and this is a great way to stay connected, keep moving, and not lose touch with each other. So I'm so happy that you guys are here with me, here working out, and again, trusting me to help guide you along your fitness journey. It really just means the world to me. I'm sorry I didn't do anything more exciting for 50 workouts. Maybe Saturday I'll do something to make it up, since I actually have a little bit of time to think on Saturday. But otherwise, guys, just know I appreciate you and I thank you for being here. As always, I ask, please share these workouts, share these videos, share my page. Spread the message that we have here at Strong Style Fitness. I think is a little different from others. It just makes us special, and it's making fitness accessible to everyone and successful for everyone. And that's what my goal is. And lastly, if you want to Venmo any donations for this class, is the only payment I receive. I'm not sponsored. I'm not supported by a gym for these classes, so it is greatly appreciated. If you can, Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you in a few days with another great workout. And you guys take care. Love somebody. Love yourself, most importantly. Mwah.